Hello YouTubers, this is a video about how to put ES voices onto your MO6 or 8 keyboard. I was asked this question by Groundstriker. This is how you do it. First of all, you want a MIDI driver. Now, I didn't get a disc with my Yamaha, so I had to load my MIDI driver off of the internet. All I did is type in MO6 USB driver, and it came up with this as the first option. Here you have the USB driver download. You click on that. That brings you to yamahasynth.com. You basically click on which driver is relevant to what computer you have. Then I think what happens is that you download the driver onto your computer, install it, then you put the cable into the computer and it should automatically sort it out for you there. Go back to the yamahasynth.com front page and you've got download. There's a little button at the top, so you want to press download and it brings this up. Now what you want is MO6 and MO8 in the synthesizer category, and it gives you the studio manager and you want to download that. Now if you want the MO6 or MO8 voices, then you can also download the voice editor. That is where all of the preset voices are kept. I did it just as a backup thing, but to be honest with you don't really need to do it. Okay, so once you've downloaded the studio manager for the MO6, you then go back and we've got the motif ES. You go to there. What you want is the motif ES voice editor. Now this is where all of the 6 preset voices are kept. Once you download the studio manager and all that sort of stuff, which I'll show you in a minute, that is where all of the preset voices are. So you're going to need that voice editor. Okay then. And now for the next part. And here's the MO6. Right, you want a USB lead and you stick it next to the USB memory stick. And what you do is you put it into your computer. Before you continue, what I would suggest is that you back up everything that is on your MO6. Just go to File and Save All, and then that way, if you decide that you don't want to keep the voices that you've loaded on there, then you can just load up right from the beginning. And it also means that everything that was on your MO6 before you started mucking about with the voices is still there. So that is what I did. Turn the MO6 on and you should hear that. Now what you want to do is you want to put it on voice. And there you go. Okay, after you've installed the 2 bits of software, the studio manager and the voice editor, you go to Programs, Yamaha Studio Manager and Studio Manager, and that brings that up. Yeah, don't worry about that. Okay, now what we do is we go to ES6, 7 and 8, add that, apply, then you go to the MIDI ports. You want MO6 1 in the import and MO6 1 in the output. Apply, then OK, and that gives you this. Now you double click on that. Now by this time you want to go to Setup, just to doubly make sure that the MO6 things are in the MIDI in and out. Now what I'm going to do, you've got your 6 presets as well as the drum presets and the other stuff for the ES6, and this is where your voices are. Okay, now let's just pick, say, that, double click on that, and that brings that up. Now as you can see, that is still on full grand, and you think to yourself, hold on a minute, that don't make sense. Now I'm just doing this to cover it. Go back to Setup and it says not assigned. I don't know why it does that. Just put it back to the Yamaha MO6s and then click on it again, and there you have it. Okay, now let's try one of the others. We've got Aggressor. Now as far as these are concerned, when you put them on and transfer them, I think because the arpeggiators are the same, just try one more, I think that the arpeggiators might be the same as if it was on the ES, because as far as I'm aware the MO6 and 8 has the same arpeggiator bank as the ES has. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but it seems to assign them anyway. So there you go. So you think to yourself, yep, I like that tune, I want to keep it. Now the best thing to do is to make a list of all of the user voices that you don't want to keep. Write down what their locations are, because once you press store it comes up with that. Now if you know where your location is, you can scroll by pressing yes and no. You can scroll the different user ones, and then you just pick the one that you've got on your list and you record over it. Now you think, I don't like that song, and in fact I don't like any of the voices, I haven't saved any, how do I restore that back to what it was originally? All you do is you just press that, no, and it goes back to that, and then it goes back to that. So there you go. That is all you have to do. On motivator.com they've got a forum, and on there you can ask them pretty much anything and they will help you out as best they can. They have got tech guys on there which know what they're talking about, and even if they don't help, you can actually get in contact with some of the guys that go around, like Bert and some of the other people that actually sell the stuff, you know. Yeah. And you can ask them questions, because I asked Bert about the polyphony problem, if it could be sorted out, and he basically said no. But they're really good on there. Also, in the forums, there is a compatibility list which gives you all of the ES voices and all of the MO6 voices, and it compares them and tells you which ones are the same and which ones that you don't have. I used to have that list, but I don't have it anymore. But I found it a really good tool to figure out which voices from the ES banks that I didn't have, and I just found it easier when I was going through them all. So there you go, that is my guide. I'm sorry if it's really long. I've tried like 10 times to keep it quite small. I hope it's helped, and if you have any questions I'll try and answer them as best I can. If not, if I can't help, then like I say, go on motivator.com and they'll be able to answer pretty much any question that you'll ever have. They also have some free voices on there. I'm not sure if you load them up the same as what you would with the voice editor, but I think it pretty much explains how to do it anyway. So there you go, that's my guide. I hope it's helped, and I hope you enjoy the MO6. Okay then, bye bye.